Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. These were on D. Thanks for all the support on the video so far. Make sure you always like, comment, and subscribe, and give me some feedback. I love to interact with the comment section. Y'all be having some good questions. When y'all ask me questions, if I don't know, I'll go research, and we all learn together. So keep it up, man. Keep commenting, liking the videos, and all that. But today we're gonna get right into it. Today we're gonna talk about my first month in Turo. Earlier I talked about starting Turo, so now we're gonna get into it. I'm 1 month in. I started May 7th or 8th. Today is today is June 9th. So 2 days after a month, 2 days after the 1 month mark, I was supposed to make the video, but I was rushing. So yeah, so we're gonna get into it. So it's been a month now on Turo. How do I feel about it? The first month was, it was pretty good. I got some bookings. I learned one thing that I learned that could have got me way more bookings, and I'm gonna tell it to y'all. So I went with the mistake, but you don't have to go through the mistake. So that's the point of these videos. So now you watching this, you're gonna learn from what I did, what mistakes I made, and you're gonna capitalize. Cause I made 2 key mistakes, and we're gonna talk about that. But y'all want to know, like, okay, first month, how much did you make in Turo? So we're gonna go through it together. We're gonna go look together how much I made. So now the first month of Turo, I made should I go to that right away? Okay, let's get into it. It's been a let me talk. Oh, how I feel about Turo first of all. Let me get in that before I get into things. So how I feel about Turo so far. I like it. Toro's pretty good. My thoughts on it, because a lot of people call it passive income. I feel like after you have a certain amount of cars, it's kind of passive, it's kind of not, because sometimes, like, it will interfere with your life. Don't get it twisted. Like, it's not like you sleeping and you making money. Sometimes it's like that, especially with the if you have Turo Go. 2 of my cars is Turo Go, so I don't really have to be there. I just unlock it from my phone, from the car app. Or no, they actually uploaded on the car app, is already on Turo, so the person doesn't even need me there. They just upload their ID, they unlock the car from the app. So yeah, that makes it a little bit more passive, instead of you going to actually having to physically hand the car to the keys every time. Time consuming. I like Toro Go because I'm never really around. It's like it would be kind of inconvenient for me to always stay around where the cars is. Both the cars is not at my house. So yeah, I like that. I like that feature of it so far. Like I said, they call it passive income, but I feel like the more that I scale up, it's gonna like it's the more you scale up in cars, I feel like it's gonna be less passive. I mean, I don't know. You tell me how you feel about it. Is it like interfering with your day-to-day activity, like to the point where you feel like it's actually work, or is it just like, do you feel like it's really passive? I'm in the middle right now. I feel like it's passive, but I feel like it's sometimes, which I'm gonna tell you about the mistake I made, it is not passive. So let's just get into it. So the first mistake I made on Toro, is because actually I made the mistake 2 times. The mistake I made in Toro was someone booked a trip in my car, and what happened was I was not paying that. They booked the trip, right? So me and the person is communicating. I'm like, thanks for booking and all that. So I did not pay attention. This is this dude's fault, because this dude, he kept on switching the time he wanted to take the car. He kept on telling me, oh, he has an emergency. So he switched the time he wanted to pick up the car like 4 or 5 times, which me is fine, because like I said, it's Toro Go, so I didn't have to be there. So whatever. So now he put down a time. He said, oh, the next day, which was the next day, at at 8 p.m., right? So he was supposed to pick up the car at, let's just say 8 p.m., because I'm not gonna lie, because I don't remember. But whatever time he said the next day, I changed it. I accepted the change. But then me and him was communicating back and forth. He switches the time and it said like a time, but I'm thinking it's like the next day time. Like let's say if it was 8 p.m. he put, I'm thinking it was 8 p.m. the next day, and then I accepted it without paying attention to the date, and it was 8 p.m. that day, and it was probably like 7:30, and I had took the car. I had took the car home because it says he wanted the next day. I had took the car home, so now I took the car home, and when I looked, it said, "Oh, 30 minutes to the drive." I'm like, "What the hell?" So I texted dude. I'm like, "How come you keep changing the day?" He's like, "Oh no, I want to come right now." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Bro, I can't. Like, I'm like an hour away. You put it for them." So long story short, I told him to cancel it. He didn't cancel it, so I end up having to cancel it. So I canceled it. So it made a negative remark on my thing. Like you, like it has like when you're trying to be an all-star host. Let me just go right to it before I just try to tell y'all something that's not true. So yeah, when you're trying to be the all-star host, you go to the performance. It says response rate, acceptance rate, commitment rate, 5-star rating, and complete trips. So you see, because of him, my commitment rate is 16 out of 17. Like, I don't know if you could see that. You see that? And that's because of him. He made me have to cancel. So now it's supposed to be 95 so that you can become a host, all-star host. All-star host. So I still have a little bit of time, so but everything else I got 100, so like I said, that's the only thing I got wrong, and I need like 3 of these more completed ones. So yeah, that was the first mistake I made. And then another mistake I made, it wasn't really a mistake. It's just like I wasn't in town and somebody booked a car, but they wanted me to deliver it to them somewhere that I had put on the car thing, but that thing is so far from where I'm at, and I wasn't here anyway, so I couldn't do it. I couldn't find anybody to do it. So but that one I was lucky the person canceled. The person messaged me, he asked me, "Oh, are you able to bring it here?" And I was like, "No, I can't bring it there. I'm sorry, blah blah blah." They said, "No worries," you know what I'm saying? So they canceled. So that one didn't go against me. But that's money I lost, so I call it a mistake. So that's 2 trips I lost because of that. So the 2 of my earnings is lost. Um so now let's get into it. How much did you earn? So my first month in Turo I earned that much. 1,400. 1,404. So I earned that much. $1,404. So now, this brings me to the other thing you need to learn about Toro. I could have made way more. Most of the money I made was towards the end because this is really off of the Mustang, not even the other car. The other car only made a little bit of money. Most of the money was made off the Mustang, and the Mustang wasn't even booked that long. It was probably booked and made $1,000 something. It was only booked for like 10 days, 11 days, like 12, probably 12 days the most. And they made that much. So that's good because that covered the payment, whatever. So yeah, the second mistake I made was they have something on Toro called auto pricing. Okay, now if you're doing Toro, you know about this, but if it's your first time, I'm gonna try to explain it to you. Auto pricing is where you put the price between a range, the lowest and the highest, and then Toro will just pick a price they feel is necessary for that car for that day. So it'll be between that number or sometimes over. It's just like that's how they do it, right? No, I don't think it goes over. I don't think it goes below the number you said. But yeah, that's how they do it. So me, like I was telling y'all earlier, I tried to explain this to y'all earlier. When you're looking for the cars you want to get on Toro, this is a key thing you have to know because the more rare the car you have is, or the more in demand the car is, it will put your car at the higher end of the value than the lower end because it's a range. So even if you put the price range between, let's say you put the price range between $75 to $120. Okay, that's what mine's. I think mine was like. I try to put mine between 65, and this is for my other car. This is not for the Mustang. This is for the Honda. It was like 65 to 120 or 130 or something like that. So when they do it like that, the it's availability and your car type, which I didn't know at the beginning. All this I just found out. So I just had auto pricing. I didn't think nothing of it. So my car it was barely getting booked, and I keep dropping the price. I keep on putting it to like 70, 65, 60. I'm dropping the price, but I'm not knowing that no matter if you drop the price, once you have it on automatic pricing, they're gonna dictate the price, which I didn't know. I'm thinking I'm putting that for the month, and then they have a feature you have to go to the calendar. So when you go on your car and you click the calendar, it will tell you how much your car is going for that day. All this is stuff I learned like 3 weeks after I posted my cars. So yeah, it has calendar. So now you see it has all these days. So my car these days, it was not getting booked in May. None of these days it was booked. So I was like, so now you can see once there was 3 weeks, it was not getting booked. It got booked one time. And then this is where I figured it out. I figured out what happened with the pricing. So I was like, oh man. So I went to the Facebook forum for Turo, and then I asked them, I'm like, do you keep auto pricing on or off? I asked everybody, and everybody had a bunch of mixed. Some people say don't do it. Some people say yeah, they love auto pricing. But again, it's your car and your area. So, but what I did was, and how I fixed it and got you see the cars getting booked now. It got booked these days, and it's booked all week. You see? So the blue, see? And this is June. So it's booked all next week. Okay? So what I did was I put auto pricing, but I went in the calendar individual days and I would switch the price. So even though they try to set the price for that day, oh man, I'm going too far. The reason why my car was not getting booked was because that my car, I guess my car is rare. There's no plug-in Tucson in my area. Mine's the only plug-in hybrid. So when I looked in the calendar, this car was going for 100, 110 a day. I'm like, why would like, it was going for crazy amount of price. It was going for like 110, 100. I'm like, I wanted it to be the max, probably $80. So all these days that it was not getting booked, it was on there for 90, 100. It was on there for that price. Like that's the recommended price that they wanted the car for. Even right now, if like some days I had to change the price for 65. They want the price to be. You see that? This is a perfect example. Look at this day. You see that? I want the price. I switched the price to 85 a day. They telling me they want the car to be booked on there for $114 a day. You know what I'm saying? So the car was on the whole May for that price. Like the cheapest it was like 90. And me, I'm not knowing this. I'm thinking me changing the price on the other screen is gonna dictate the price, but it's not like that. You have to go in the calendar. A lot of people don't know this. You see, I'm teaching y'all. You have to like go in the calendar itself and go for the day, and you switch it individually right here. You see that? I should show y'all in the selfie and make it a little better. I'll probably show y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna put that right here. I'm gonna show y'all the screen recording instead of me trying to show y'all like this so y'all can't see. Yeah, so this is just me changing the price because I already had the price changed. So I'm just showing y'all I'm changing it back. They recommend 137, but I just wanted it at like 105 to 100. So yeah, so that was the major big difference of me not getting booked and me getting the car finally getting booked. Like I thought there was something wrong with the car, but it was just the pricing that was off. So that's something you may want to look into. You know, if you're in that situation, you feel like your car is not getting booked enough, maybe it's because of that. So as soon as I started changing the price, the car is getting booked. It was booked last week. It was booked this week. It's booked next week. So the car has already been booked. Like is the beginning of the month. It's already been booked for this week and next week. So yeah. So that's the mistakes I learned. I learned from that mistake. Like again, it could help you also because certain days like if it's not yeah, it could help you because certain days, if it's not many cars available, it could boost the price, and you never know. Somebody might take it for that one day at that, 2 days at that one something price at the higher end price of whatever your car go for, and you make a lot of money. You make more than you thought you was gonna make. That happened to me because it was the day it was booked for one day, it was booked for like $90. That one day got booked in May. It was booked for $90, and I didn't pay attention. But I got that. So it was booked for $9 that day. So like I said, yeah, if you're not getting booked, maybe that's the reason. The reason why is because of the car scarcity in the area. My Mach E was doing the same thing. So I didn't even know the Mach E was doing the same thing, but luckily the Mach E still was getting booked at the higher rate that the Turo was putting it at. Turo was putting the Mach E at 130 a day, 120, you know. Luckily, it was getting booked. So I have both sides to where I got lucky when it was getting booked, and I got one where I got no bookings. So, it's a learning experience. So, but now my next month, I'm already on top of it. I tweak it every so often. Certain days, I feel like it shouldn't go for this high. If I put it under a little bit, just tweak with it, play with it, see what you get. So yeah, this is the 1 month earning for Toro, my first month. Don't pay attention to this one. This one was me testing out my personal car, but from it was May 7th to like June 7th, which today is June 9th. And these together I made $1,404. This $90 that just came on there, that was just recently I got paid today. So we're not gonna count that. It was $1,404. So that's how you see from then till now. That's how much I get. June just started. Yeah, so that's my total earnings. Oh, see, after I changed the adjusted price and tweaked it a little bit and did some more paying attention, I should say, I'm getting way more bookings now. To earn the turn, I'm gonna make way more than I made last month just by that. So you're gonna see that. So yeah, that's the earnings between this and last month, the 5th to the 7th to the 7th. So again, I missed out because of my mistakes. I missed out on. It says 72 missed earnings, but I missed out way more because that 72 earning was somebody that canceled. It doesn't even show the one that I canceled. But upcoming, as you can see, when me messing with the adjusted price, you can see I'm already gonna make way more than I made last month. I already got it booked. Upcoming is already 7. So this month I only made like, yeah, so I'm gonna be way higher than what I made last month, as you can see. So yeah, I just want to show you visually because I was gonna keep trying to show the screen. It won't show clearly. So this is a better representation of it. Yeah, and that's it. So yeah, that's all about it. I want to recap a little bit about things I said. So like I said, I had on the app, it showed the future earnings. So I missed out, even though I made 1,400, I missed out on 2 trips, which would have cost me about an extra $200. So 1,600 for the month. That's not bad. My first month, it could have been 1,600, but it's 14, but that's fine. This month, I'm already got it's only the first week, and it already shows like upcoming is like 800. So we already doing way better than last month at this time, because most of the money I made last month was at the end of the month. So already doing better. Like I said, just tweak the days on the auto pricing. Just see if that helps you. Some people said on the forum said leave it. That's how they make their most money, because when it's high, especially if their car's in high demand. Um, I don't even think I really got into deep about that. Like I said, the reason why my Hyundai wasn't selling that much was because it was the only one in the area. So I guess they kept on pricing it very high, or maybe that. So I don't know. Maybe that was messing it up. For some reason, they always wanted to be 100 or something a day. I mean, it's a 2022, but I still feel like 80 or 75 is reasonable. They wanted like 115, 110. So I don't know. And it wasn't rented for that, so maybe my area, maybe in other areas that's what it does. But in this area it wasn't doing too good. But as soon as I put it for like 75, 80, instantly it was booked. Actually, the same day I tweaked the price, it was instantly booked. So take that. That's my first month. Take that for what you want. I'll have like I think I'll do another like what I should do, 3 months, 6 months. Um, Looking to add a few more vehicles before the end of the year, probably like two or three. I'm trying to get one next month to add my second one, and probably the month after that I'll get another one. But yeah, that's Turo, man. Toro's pretty good so far. So that's the end of the video. I don't want to make it too long. So like, comment, subscribe, man. Thank you for watching. Any questions, comments, interact in the comment section. I love to get y'all feedback. I love to understand, like y'all been, as much as I feel like I'm helping y'all helping me. Y'all asking me these questions, and I'm learning a lot. And and I love to hear when people tell me, oh, what I'm saying, thanks, I got this and this and this because of your video. You know what I mean? It's what's up, man. If it make YouTube worth doing, man. So like I said, that's it, man. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.